Today we'll be going over some basic troubleshooting involving the Wurlitzer dampening mechanism and sustain pedals. This Wurly has a dampening rail that isn't doing its job correctly. You want to adjust the damper connecting rod under your Wurly so that it isn't so tight that it causes the damper arms to lift. Using a 7/16 nut driver, adjust the rods so that when you engage the damper mechanism, there's about 1/32 to 1/16 of an inch of lost motion. You don't want too much lost motion because when you press down on your sustain pedal, you'll get dampers that aren't lifting up off the reed. When done correctly, you'll get a real nice pull from all the dampers. When installing your sustain pedal to your Wurlitzer, you don't want the cable housing so loose that it moves up and down, but you don't want it too tight where it'll engage the damper mechanism. You want it just snug enough where the housing can't move up or down. Here, we've installed a sustain pedal into this Wurlitzer, and we've run into a bit of an issue. When pressing down on the pedal, the damper rail isn't moving. The reason this is happening is because the screws used to keep the cable in place are not tight enough. So we're going to remove the pedal and take a closer look. You can see how loose this cable is when we tug on it. That's something you don't want happening. In order to remedy this, remove the screws connecting the pedal plate to the pedal box. Now adjust the cable so that there is a 1/4 inch between the top of the housing and the top of the knurled cable nut. Once it's set, use a screwdriver and simply tighten the screws on the box clamp. Another point of adjustment could be the retaining screws. If the cable seems to move around too much, just tighten those up. While we have this pedal disassembled, we can fix what's commonly known as the squeaky pedal. If you hear squeaking coming from your pedal, the solution is as simple as spraying some lubricant onto the spring. While we're at it, we'll show you how to replace an old housing and sustain cable with a new one that can be purchased on our website. First, remove the pedal plate. Remove the screw holding the guide clip in place, and then the guide clip. Loosen the box clamp screws and slide out the cable. Loosen the retaining screws and slide out the cable through the housing. Cut off the cable stop and slide the sustain cable out. Slide the knurled cable nut into your new sustain cable, followed by the housing cable. Tighten the retaining screws. Feed your cable back through the pedal box, replace the guide clip, and install the screw to secure it. Place the cable stop on the end of the cable, adjust the cable, and tighten the screws on the box clamp from under the sustain pedal. Cut the slack and reinstall the pedal plate and you're good to go. Make any other adjustments as you deem necessary. To purchase a new Wurlitzer sustain pedal, any of the components used to repair an old one, or other parts for vintage Wurlitzer electric pianos, visit our website at www.vintagevibe.com.